An airfare for two-night hotel stay, $500 in your pocket, 2 tickets to the Eras Tour with this text contest. So calling all the Swifties, hello. The national keyword for the 8 o'clock hour is the word summer. SUMMER, like cruel summer, not Bananarama, Taylor Swift. Summer. Send that to 95819. That is your text number. Summer to 95819. That is your chance to win the trip of your wildest dreams. And there's another little program that I want to make because I love seeing your texts that make people so happy and put them in a great mood. 1 hour ago, we did a segment called Look at Me Now. You may have heard it, 8 o'clock, or sometimes we do it at 8 o'clock. You tell us a story where somebody told you can't, you won't, you'll never, and wow, didn't you show them? Look at you now. Krista Williams called our show. And we had no idea who Krista Williams was because she just said her name was Krista.
Yep.
And she said that when she was a kid, she played softball. She was really good. When she was 13, she tried out for a team that was 18 and under. And not only did she not make the team, this person went out of their way to tell her, not only did you not make our team, you're not going to probably make any more teams. And also, you're going to fail in life.
Yeah, the life part's like, why would you kick me?
Says that
right.
to a
13-year-old.
To a kid.
And it turns out Krista Williams is the Krista Williams who is now a 2-time gold medalist for the USA softball team.
That's crazy.
And just got into the Texas Sports Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
People are still texting about her because one person said, please can you tell me that you were going to podcast Krista's call so that my entire daughter's softball team can hear her call? Yes, we can. And Krista Williams is now the head softball coach at Kingwood High School. I forgot to ask them what their mascot is. We could say go Swifties.
But she also helps.
Kingwood Knights. I don't know.
She helps other students.
Kingwood Kings.
You know, she does private lessons. I mean, just
I don't know if she does private
She said
lessons.
that.
No. I asked her if she does.
the batting or the pitching.
Sometimes she does like pitching.
We said we don't know if she has time with her
How
kids.
could you? Yeah.
High school's
But
busy.
Krista Williams, 2 gold medals, 1996 Olympics in Atlanta and the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. She has 2 gold medals, and she's in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame after somebody told her as a 13-year-old child, yeah, I ain't going to make anything in life, girl.
What a weight.
I just
Especially a
don't
girl
understand.
at 13.
Yeah.
And it is so stressful at 13 because you do feel like, oh my gosh, these people are so much better than me. Or even if you've been playing since you were like 5 or 6, you know, you
There's
get some
a
real
lot of pressure.
rocket arms out there as pitchers. You're like, oh my God, I can't hit that ball.
Yeah.
You're just standing at the bait and you're like, okay,
but-
well, that one just zipped by me.
A 13 versus an 18-year-old
Yes.
on
Yeah.
the same team. That they're 18-year-olds pitching to you. You're trying
Amazing.
to hit. That's
So
crazy.
So,
intimidating.
Krista, thank you so much for calling us and inspiring us today. And the ripple effect is still making people smile. We're so excited about that. So it will get podcast on our show, on our podcast, wherever you consume your podcast, on the app, on our website, whatever it is, after the show today. So you can go back to the 7 o'clock hour of the Rule and Ryan show, the 7 o'clock hour, and just listen to the first break called Look at Me Now, and you'll hear that
And
fantastic
speaking of 13-year-olds and then 17-year-olds, in about 18 minutes, we're going to talk about these FBI profilers that they wrote this whole list of what you should look out for if your girl, your daughter, is dating somebody.
Uh-oh.
We have so much information for you today,
Lots of stuff
Houston.
happening.
So much information, but let's focus right now
And it's
on
Mustangs, by the way. Kingwood
The
Mustangs.
Mustangs.
Yeah, go.
Can't do a horse.
Do they say go ponies there too? Because at SMU, it's SMU Mustangs, but you say go ponies.
Yeah, what's the
That's
hand?
the thing.
What's your
it's
hand?
the 2 fingers, like is the pony ears. Go ponies.
The hoofs.
Like, you know, we have Shasta for U of H with the missing claw.
Yeah, UT's got their thing.
And U2's got U2. UT's got their thing. U2.
U2 has one too?
U2 also has one. Anyway, okay, so go Mustangs. Okay, so let's focus on relationships for date or ditch.
Date
This is
or
where
ditch.
people have new relationships and they wonder, should I just ditch out now? We're not that deep into it, or should I keep dating? What's the scenario? Is it listener on call?
Okay, yeah. So I heard this listener line call, and I'm like, is this that big of a deal? Y'all be the judge for this.
I've been dating this guy, and on our second date, he took me to which I like, but I didn't really think was like a date spot, but I was fine with it. We went, and the whole time he was stealing soda. I saw him get up and say he was going to get water, and then he was filling his water cup at the soda machine with Sprite. And it just made me uncomfortable. Like, isn't that stealing? He was just doing it right in front of me. It was our second date. I don't know. I just don't trust a guy who wants to steal soda on the second date. So I don't know what to do. Please let me know.
You're going to break up with him because he took a Sprite?
Could I have a cup for some water? That's what I always say.
And then get a Sprite.
I hate stealing. I don't
I
care
don't
what
like
it is.
thieves.
And that starts out that way. It's a gateway to stealing more.
You think
Gateway.
taking a Sprite is a gateway to
It's like a
grand
gateway
theft?
That's
drug, like
really
weed.
extreme.
Oh,
my
it's a gateway.
gosh.
Come on,
Yes,
Eric.
because you
I
get away
wouldn't
with
say
it.
it's necessarily
You
that.
get away with it. You get off on it.
You get
and
that
then
little high.
You're like, this doesn't excite me anymore. Now I want to steal the machine.
Well,
That's
I'm
not-
Oh, really?
Oh my God! You guys
They're
feel
going
like
to break
shit.
into the building,
psychos.
back a truck up, and steal the machine.
I'm just
Listen,
saying.
It's too
if you
far,
walk
Eric.
into a restaurant and you have no intention of ordering any food from them and you ask them for a cup of water and then go to their soda machine and steal soda and walk out, that is 100% stealing. If you have gone to a restaurant that you're eating burgers and fries and chicken fingers and
You've given
appetizers
them a good
and all
amount
these
of
things,
money.
and you go to the machine and you wanted water but you got a little Sprite, I think I'm going to let you slide, but that's just me.
What is wrong with you guys?
But would
Yeah.
you dump somebody over that?
It's the
No.
second date and she feels like he's a cheap Charlie.
I'd ask him to go fill my cup up too.
Yeah.
But she's not your personality, though. You can tell that she's not. If she was,
Oh, yeah, no,
she
she's
would
a
not
goody
be calling
two-shoe.
us. She would not be calling us if this was totally normal.
Plus, the
for
place
her.
they went to
She's a
is
goody
not.
good.
That's not a date.
It's
It's
not.
self-service.
I
It's
saw
not.
a couple on TikTok yesterday. They went to Shake Shack, and the girl, she was letting them have it. She's like, I can't believe you took me here. Like, I like the food, but this
This is not a date
Well, remember that
place.
girl that
Where's
was
it
like,
not
I'm
a
not
date
getting out of the
place?
car because
Yeah.
it's Cheesecake Factory. We had that whole conversation
Yeah.
about what's on the no date list. But Cheesecake Factory is a great place. Fine.
I feel like
Lots
a date.
of
I
items.
mean, a date is you have to have somebody serving you. I feel like if
Yeah.
you're going up and
serving
ordering
yourself.
Well, it depends.
like
If you're
self-service.
I don't
like
think that's a date.
16 and you go to Shake
What?
Shack or
a first
whatever.
time date,
If you go to Velvet Taco, they don't self-serve.
It's not a date for the first time. Then
Velvet Taco's good, but I would not consider
Oh
that a
my
date
God.
place.
You guys are snobby,
no.
and
It's
I
called
would go there.
having respect for the woman, and you want to take her out somewhere nice and treat
Maybe
her
that's
nice.
all you
'cause
have,
it doesn't get any better.
though.
Well,
Yeah.
then, you know
Maybe
what?
that's
Maybe you shouldn't be
money-wise
dating.
you already have.
Then
So
you
what,
shouldn't be
guys gonna
dating
live
because
at
you're
home?
poor?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's messed up.
Oh, you should
Oh.
have.
Yes,
So
if you-
common
should've
people
never
can't
dated
date,
Eric.
Eric.
If you
When you were younger.
Oh, we are getting deep in this debate.
I found money. I found a way.
Whoa.
I sold stuff. I even went to those places that pretty much they charge 24% on your money. I need $200. I had
like
nothing.
a fast cash now.
Yeah, those
place.
fast cash.
Check your.
Yeah. I
Cash a check
found
now.
ways to go on dates to show the girl because if it's not good at the beginning, it sure in the hell ain't
Not
gonna be
gonna
good.
get
a year-
better.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're switching gears here from date or ditch because that girl. Okay, fine. You're not into movies, cheap, whatever.
Ditch.
We're
Right.
going to focus
Stop
on.
him.
Do you have to have a server type date to make it count as a serious date on the first
No.
date?
Not like a Starbucks. I'm
No.
not saying like you're filling
First
them out
date.
before you go on a
No.
date.
First dinner date should be okay.
No.
Okay, listen. Okay, hold on. We got to get real particular here.
Mark's looking
because a
at
lot of times first dates can be coffee dates or drink dates. When it comes to a food date for the first time, to show the person you are serious, should you have a rule hard and fast? There better be a server, or I don't take this seriously.
I'm kind of on
No.
Eric's side in this sense.
But
that-
Shake
kinda
Shack
am
is
too.
I
that
think
cheap. I'm not even talking about the price of the stuff. It's just the whole atmosphere.
I
the
think
whole,
what you're talking
You go
about is
get yourself some
you
ketchup.
need to put some effort into it. I mean, if this is the most effort the guy's going to put into it, and you're only on your second date, he's not going to be razzle dazzling you later on down the line.
713-390-KRBE. When it comes to the first date with food, could have been your third date, but it's your first time you're eating food.
and it could be hamburgers. It could be
If the
whatever.
person takes you somewhere that is
You
self-service,
just pooped on
is that not
the
good?
place that they beeped out,
Because-
and there was burgers, so you
No,
can't
because
say
self-serve. Because
That's a self-serve place.
Self-service. Remember, self-service.
Yeah.
this is a nice
Even like-
restaurant.
even Cafe Express. I love Cafe Express.
It's
I'm
self-service.
not taking you on a date there.
Yes. Okay, that's a good question.
What about
that is a good
Boudreaux's?
question. Is that self-service?
Well, it's
Not your
made to
Beatles?
order. You get
I
you
know,
get
that's
a little,
what I
you get
got.
the little
Boudreaux's.
number with the stand.
Okay, but but then like Pappas Burger, they then you have a server once you sit. If you need like more ketchup, they'll bring it to you.
Oh,
Is
like
that how
Luby's.
Boudreaux's is?
Boudreaux's does have a server that comes by, though.
So
after
you have to
get your
order it
food.
yourself.
But didn't we
first
go
and
to
then go
what
sit.
about
Go up to the
Papa's
counter,
right
you pick
there?
it up.
Didn't we go there and it's a like you go
They have
and
a
get
server
all their
now.
food?
Pappas
and then,
Barbecue is different. That's a self-service all
Pappas
the way
Burger, they have
around.
that person that comes
Pappas
to you now.
Burger,
Oh,
you
they
go
have
up to the
somebody that comes up
counter,
to you now?
you will order yourself, and then you'll go sit, and a server has taken over now.
And someone made a great point on text, Eric. It's irresponsible to spend money to spend more money than you can afford on a date. Just because it's a date, a woman would appreciate that you can not spend what you can't afford.
yes,
Well,
exactly.
we'll see.
Responsibility.
Maybe not.
Phone lines are
Because
full.
then you're lying that you have money taking me to a nice place, and then the next time you don't want to take me there because you had to go and sell your bowling shoes.
Yeah, so Eric, what are
I
you
never sell my
saying?
bowling shoes.
Eric,
for the record.
it's coming across like you're saying only wealthy people should date.
No, I'm saying anybody show some effort. You could go to get a meal for two
Show
people
some effort,
for
take a
50 bucks.
shower, dress nice, and then go to a nice restaurant. Maybe pull out her chair. How about that?
A
He's
nice
talking
restaurant.
about the effort
Courteous,
part. 'Cause remember what he
always.
said
I'm
when
talking
he had
efforts.
no money, he would go to those check cashing places that are basically
Yes.
loan sharking him,
Yeah,
so that he
ridiculous.
could
No.
afford to take this person out to a date that had servers and nice food.
Like Lupe Tortilla, that place Fajitas aren't
nice.
cheap.
Fajitas are not cheap anywhere. Okay, let's go to the phones. Jennifer's going to answer 2 questions. Okay, first, Jennifer, I know you want to say date or ditch the girl who has a problem with the self-service date where the guy kept, quote, stealing soda. Do you think she should ditch him or continue to date him?
She needs to ditch him.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to turn your radio down because we're confused. Okay, she needs to ditch him because he has no integrity already, you said?
Well, he's not being honest, and how are you going to have an honest relationship if he's so cheap that he won't even buy a soda?
So you're saying if he's going to steal a soda, he might cheat.
No, she never said that.
Not a red
About
flag.
integrity.
Okay, so Jennifer, in the second part, how do you feel about the first date at a restaurant being a self-service restaurant versus one that has a server?
If you come to an agreement that you like a good self-serve, like Claiborne's Cafeteria, because I'm old, or something like that.
Hey, they run Good Morning America. Bravo to them.
I think it's great.
Okay,
But you have
so
to
you
talk
have to
about it
establish
first.
that you're saying. And I'm not saying, for those just tuning in, we're not saying first date ever. I'm saying first food date. Do you balk at the idea of, well, we're going to walk up here, and if you need more ketchup, go get some ketchup, and if you need a refill on your drink, you got a big...
No. And the young man would be the one, hey, let me get the silverware, let me get your beverage, let me get your
Exactly.
condiments.
It's romantic.
Then you're like...
Or
And
just-
then you can watch his butt when he goes and gets you your coffee.
Oh, look
and
at
your
you.
drink
That's
and
all we're
your
good for is our
ketchup.
asses.
I don't know.
Yeah, baby.
So you think it's okay, Jennifer? Okay, so you think a self-service date is okay?
Good luck.
Okay, thank you
funny.
for listening. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
At least go to the Shake Shack, get the burgers, and then go on a picnic, or go somewhere and go to do something outside or together. Go see a
In
symphony.
Houston during summertime,
Well,
you want us to
yeah.
go outside
It's
on a
104
picnic?
I'm talking about right now.
Okay, let's go to Matt on the line real quick. 713-390-KRBE. Matt, what's your answer on a self-serve date? Good morning.
Good morning. So I actually had a girl take me out on a date for our first date. Mm-hmm. We went to a mud park and ate crawfish.
Did you fall in love and get married because you're like all into this, or
we've
you're
been
like
together
anti?
for 14 years.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what a mud park
Yeah,
is.
what is
mud
that?
park? Is that where you find the mud bugs?
Is that where you go mudding?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You
Yeah.
go to you have four-wheelers, you have
That's
trucks.
fun.
Yes.
And that's a fun
That's
activity.
a cool
But that's a fun activity.
That
You're
is.
doing some fun stuff.
Outdoorsy.
And
Not cheap to rent a four-wheeler.
And Matt,
Yeah.
she
Or
picked the
pay for your-
activity for your first date. She picked it.
So we were both, she said, I want crawfish, but I also want to go on a date. And so she was like, I also want to go mudding in your truck, because at that time I had a big truck. And so I was like, okay, cool. It's a win-win for me.
How old were you,
Yeah,
Matt?
I was 19.
Now, see, that's a fun date.
That's
Yeah.
a 19-year-old date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
great.
It
Isn't
has
fun.
a little bit to do with what age you are, too, as to what defines the right
if
proper
I was
date.
32 and the man said, "Let's go mudding and eat some crawfish after covered in mud,"
But that's not your style.
that's not your style. I'm like,
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
might
for
be
real,
somebody
no.
else's.
but you
Right.
know,
But for Sam,
maybe a 10th date.
she might be into
Once
that.
I know it.
Mudding, go steal some sodas,
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
knock over a bank on
I
the way.
like to. I love when
Oh,
it's
my
like
God.
the lemonade is synced with the water. I'm like, oh, I didn't press the water button. My bad.
Oh, I didn't know how it works. It's my first day.
I'm so sorry. I've never been here before.
Okay, we have to wrap up because we got to talk about this FBI daughter dating thing. But real quick, let me run the lines. Carlos said, if you are a real gentleman, you would take her to a place with a waiter.
Yes.
Amber said, but if he spends all his money, Eric, on the
Yup.
first date, he might not be financially responsible.
There's a lot of
Yes.
restaurants out there that are affordable
Exactly.
with people that serve you.
Yeah, but then you're going to shame them because it's not up to your standard of food.
Well, then
No,
maybe
there's
it's
good
not
food
your
out there.
match. It's not your match.
It's not about the place. It's about the company.
But if your company is,
is.
you're the wait, you're up there getting the food, and
You don't have
doesn't
time to
take
learn the
that
company because they're too
long.
busy getting
Yeah,
refills and ketchup.
you're like, oh, I'm
my
going to get your refill,
God.
Cab. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
it's about honey mustard again.
knowing the person you're with, what would they like, and
Like-
then try to give them that.
Like Ryan does not believe in movies and first dates should happen.
I don't think so. There's no way to communicate.
That should be our maybe tomorrow rules for dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like no movies. I think you have to have a server.
On a first date, a movie is not a good idea.
The new dating rules, courtely of the
Sam,
Rule and Ryan show.
What's your rule,
Mine
Sam?
just better have booze,
Yeah, heartbeat.
or I'm not
booze.
going.
I almost thought you were going to say boobs. I go, but you have your own.
No, boobs.
You got boobs?
I don't need a guy with boobs.
Okay, y'all, we'll do that tomorrow.
Can I bring my
Let's see,
dog?
tomorrow's Tuesday, 8:40. Yeah, we can do tomorrow's Trite Tuesday this time, though. We can't do it right this time
8:20.
tomorrow.
We'll do
8:20, we'll do
Okay.
the dating rules. Because speaking of dating, by the way, if you're hanging on the line, thank you for hanging on, but we're going to move on. So let me send you to the listener line, 713-278-VENT. Coming up next, we talked about daughters in the dating age. Like if your daughter is of dating age, the FBI tips from profilers.
What to look out for these guys that come up to name's
Everyone
Crawl.
dreads. Everyone dreads. Hey, this is Crawl. Listen here, crap. I mean, crotch. I mean, Crawl. Only me and Eric know this joke.
That's all we know.
And maybe some fun listeners on text.
They know us a lot.
Okay, we'll go over these dating daughter FBI rules next on the Real and Ryan Show.
ARBE. If you've got a daughter in the dating range, Eric, I feel your pain right now.
Why?
I don't wanna
You're
think
heading
about
into that age range. I mean, I'll tell you, I didn't take to it kindly.
You have an adult now you can't control, right?
And that's the worst part with you.
I have no
You'll
control
never
now.
see who she's dating if she doesn't want you to know.
That's hard for you. They won't tell you. But at least
Yeah, you'll
with
never
social,
know.
social media, though, you have a better chance now as a parent.
Unless
to
they're
see what-
smart and
'Cause
they
you'll
keep
see.
it off social media.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of
true.
girls do not post
Or they have
pictures
a
of the men
separate
they're
social
dating.
media.
But if it's a
for that.
serious one, they will.
They have a separate social media so their parents can't sneak a peep.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we have. The experts, the FBI. FBI agents who specialize in profiling individuals in order to predict behavior have been asked in this article, if you screen your daughter's dates as these agents suggest, you will be able to sleep easier even when she's out past midnight. What did these FBI agents tell us to look out for? All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
Number one. Something people just do anyway because this is how we are in a world of forensic files and
Right.
crime shows. Run a background check.
course.
Nuh-uh. Like you're gonna
100%.
$25. You're gonna run a
I got
background
places you
check.
could do it.
Ask your daughters for the full name of the date beforehand. Then you will cyberstalk. You will search this name out on TikTok,
I'll hire Sam.
YouTube, Facebook,
Yeah, I got you.
Instagram, Snapchat. Any personal profiles or videos that will turn up will give you a sense of his personality.
How much are they really going to find, though, if the kid's
lot.
only 15 or 16?
Kids are dumb. Have you seen
Yeah.
Snapchat? You know
They're
how
all
much dumb
right.
stuff they put on
I
Snap?
worry more about when they're 16. and
But
that-
also, say
they're
you want to
driving.
find a mod. It's not even his name on there. You know, it's just Space City Pretty. Hey.
But Sam has ways, like you can look and see who's liking,
I could find
who's
him.
making comments.
Well, you can actually ask your kid what's
Look at
their
their
profile
friend
name.
pool.
Yeah. Or you just tell your kid, let me see their social media stuff.
Yeah, let me see it. This,
Dad!
the FBI says, look
boomer.
closely. Listen to this. What? The FBI says, Kevin, look closely at his favorite movies, his favorite books, or his favorite games.
Books?
Criminals usually get their ideas from those. And I know. I
Yeah, what
only
kid's
do it with the
reading
book,
books?
But I'm just saying,
Right? I'd be like,
it's
oh,
on the list.
he's in.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
He's reading an actual book.
Second thing that FBI profilers say when it comes to your daughter's dating life, what you should do. Gauge his dressing choices. How did he dress for this date? Does he look like he showed any thought or effort? This is important because what a person wears reflects the overall level of judgment that he has. Now, I get it. It's what's cool for the kids, y'all. It might not be cool for you,
Right.
but is it out of the ordinary? Like they say in this one, if he has unwashed hair and body odor, not good. Well, unwashed hair
There's
could
a
be
lot of
washed, but
kids
right
like
now it looks
that.
unwashed.
There's a lot of kids
What's
like
that ice cream scoop hairstyle? Looks like an
Oh, yeah.
ice cream scoop.
Every boy has that.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, the shag.
Sam, think of a vanilla ice cream scoop, like even the little plastic ones, like Santiago
Yes.
play the fake little plastic ones.
Yes.
It's like a little dome with like the frill around it.
Like the mullet?
Not
no,
the
it's
mullet.
up here.
No. It's,
Think of like a little
top
round
heavy in
head
the
with the
front.
little ice cream around it, right? Think of how the
Yes.
scoop is going to scoop it.
Both of the dudes who are renting from us both have that haircut and they're in their 20s.
Yeah, or they look like what's the pineapple, the fringe of the pineapple, or a bunch of
Yeah.
bananas on there.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like that. Okay,
You've
the
seen
next
it.
thing the FBI says to profile. Tats and piercings. Sorry if you're into piercings and tattoos, but if you are a young man who wants to date a young lady and you've already done this to yourself, FBI says run far away.
Wow.
It says the more visible and in your face these are, the more this represents a cry for attention or even help. Someone who is demanding, look at me, I'm such a bad boy, may have trouble being sensitive to another person's needs.
You
Also-
worry that they're going to talk your daughter into getting all that stuff.
I think you make bad decisions in life, period, if you are getting tattoos above the neck.
For sure.
Oh, well, I mean,
Above
think
the
about
neck?
it.
Yeah,
Because-
above, like up here where you can.
Got it.
You're,
Yeah.
you're limiting your career options. That's for
Unless
sure.
There's makeup
unless
to
your
cover
life
it.
is going to be like I'm a gamer who gets paid on Twitch or I'm a YouTube something or other. Like I was just saying on the air, off the air to you guys that Carson Daly, who's on the Today Show now, wears a suit every day on the Today Show. You cannot see one tattoo on him, but if he takes off that suit, he has tons of tattoos. They're just very strategically placed. You cannot
He
see
did
them
that as you got
every day.
older. When you're like, all of a sudden 17, 18, and you have all that.
And where'd you get the money for that? Those
And
are
I
not
thought
cheap.
you had to
Could
be
be a
18.
narcissist. You're right.
I thought you had to be 18 to get tats.
I think
Yeah, but
you
your
could-
parents can sign off on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you can go buy him.
All right, how about this one?
Gun.
Yeah,
If
my
you're
older
just-
brother has a gun.
Go to Mexico.
A tattoo gun.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay.
Well,
If you're
and
just
I'm
tuning in,
but
we're
he's old.
talking about vetting your daughter's dates with tips from FBI profilers. The next thing is let the conversation stop. And what the FBI profilers are talking about is see how he fills in the pause. Beyond the obvious red flag references to your daughter's clothing or body, maybe he talks about his parents being in jail or something unsavory in your eyes. If he fills the pause,
Who's
what
going to
is he
volunteer
gonna-
that information?
You
though?
never know. You never know. People get real nervous, Ryan.
You just throw stuff out there to fill time. To
Silence
kill
is power a lot of
Yeah, my
times.
mom and dad are in prison.
No, or something about that. It won't say that. Be like, well, I don't see my dad much because, unless my mom takes us to
Because you can ask him that.
to Huntsville to see him.
So Rillo, so what's your dad do for a living? Is he proud of you for I saw you got that Eagle Scout award.
He's in criminal justice.
Oh,
Hey, if he got an Eagle Scout award, you're already in a good.
yeah. If he's got
Put it
that,
there.
that'd be nice. But
It says gabbing about current events, sports, or the weather, no matter how trite, shows that he's polite. Just look at what his small talk is all about.
Yeah.
So let the
If he's
silence be
taking the
power.
effort to engage you, the parent,
then I think he's trying too hard. He's just trying to get in my daughter's pants.
God.
Okay, next
to
one.
win
Go
over
for
his
it.
Trying to win over.
Rude,
Well,
yeah.
Isn't that trite?
How about if he knows that word? That's good. Okay, next one is directly state what your expectations are regarding this date with your child and what his responsibilities are while he's out with your child. Watch his body language. If he folds his arms or moves away, however subtle the move away is, he is resisting what you are saying.
Oh yeah, if he walks back.
or
Yeah.
he's cold.
No. If he folds his arms while you're telling him and he makes space between you guys, he's not into what you're saying. And check his car as they drive away. They
We
say
mean check his car, like the inside of it?
it says is
How are you gonna do
is it
that?
appropriate for his place in life or has he overextended himself financially for the sake of being noticed?
Oh.
This indicates the kinds of choices he makes which may have an effect on the decisions he makes about your daughter.
You mean profile his car?
yeah.
The
Even
appearance.
more critical.
Lowered with the system.
Even more critical, is the vehicle well maintained? If he's taking care of the car, he's generally taking care of your daughter. But just in case, jot down the license plate number.
If it has one of those mufflers that they've turned it into one of the loud, the
neon lights underneath, it's got hydraulics.
I mean, neon
That's cool
lights, that's
and
fine.
fun.
But
I think those are fun. But
that
you know,
muffler that they have expanded on or made it louder, that ruins me. I'd be like, don't ever
would
bring
get-
that
They
car
have to
right here
park
again.
up
You want,
the street and
you want a
then
car
walk.
with like 2 seats, stick shift.
Yeah,
Their hands are
bucket
busy.
seats.
They,
Oh, they
bucket
can't
seats.
touch.
They
Bucket
can't have a
seats they
back
can't
seat.
touch.
What kid has that nowadays?
Yeah, especially
I'd
like
like
stick
take my
shift.
car. I'd go buy one and just take that.
okay,
They don't know how to drive stick.
here's how parents think. And now follow the web I'm going to weave, okay? Follow the web I'm going to weave. If the car is neon lights, hydraulics, all this cool stuff, then that makes me think, okay, he must be in some group that also does this, and they probably get together in parking lots.
Race?
And they like drink, race,
Do donuts?
stuff. Cops are going to come.
Do
That's
bad
it.
kid stuff.
Bad kid stuff. You know why? Because when I was like 19 or 20, there was a Kmart on Dunvale and Westheimer where Home Depot is now.
I know that one. Oh,
There was
yeah.
a huge Kmart there. And my sister and I, it was a 24-hour Kmart. So we'd finish at the restaurant, doing our restaurant shift, whatever. We'd go to Kmart and get stuff and then go home. And we were there the night that the paddy wagons came because what we didn't know was like this giant car group
You know
would
who
get
was there?
together with the neons and the hydraulics.
Phoenix was there that night.
Was he there that night?
Yeah, because we talked about it when he was here last year or something. He was there for that evening because he used to race. Like
Okay,
that.
yeah,
So he
because what was
raced
it? Hold on a second. Then I have a different time because
Yeah, he
I
did
was on the
something
air
like-
with him when he was there. But definitely there was some
'Cause he was like-
sketchy stuff. I was
like
not 20 when
15
he was
or-
on our show.
He was like 15 or
But
16.
something real sketch was happening in that Kmart parking lot with this car group that all had the same theme cars, and there was all kinds of bad stuff. And the paddy wagons
Was it during
came.
Fast and Furious when the first one came out? Everybody wanted to
Everybody wanted to drift it.
That's also
get their
where
Honda looking all good.
But the
and
thing is, you don't have to have a fancy car to do bad things with it. Like I drove a
No,
piece
but
of
we're
crap.
profiling the
and I
grouping.
still-
The grouping. You know what I mean? We're the grouping. If that's like something like a hobby you've got, there's like a group for that. That's why I said out weave the web, like follow the weave of the web. Like, I don't know. Just because you like neon lights, now I think you're going to be in a paddy wagon and my daughter's going to get arrested. Sorry.
Bye.
Anyway, all right, there you go. Coming up next, more information on how you can have so much fun Thursday night at a party that is free when it comes to Taylor Swift's new album getting premiered around the world. We'll give you details next on The Rule and Ryan Show.
Is Rula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
All right, my friends, it is Taylor time once again. This time last year, we were gearing up for Taylor Swift to hit NRG for 3 nights. She's doing this again in North America, but not in Houston. She's coming back in the fall to New Orleans, to Miami, to Indianapolis. We are giving you a chance 4 times a day with a keyword to score that trip. But her new album is hitting on Thursday. It is the Tortured Poets Department. That is what the new album is called. And it's going to hit 11 p.m. Central Time on Thursday night. So Laura, who hosts H-Town Live, is going to be doing her show live from Unicorn Disco on Brazos in Midtown, starting at 8 o'clock on Thursday. It is a 21 and up event, and it is free. It is free to go there, but it is first come, first serve basis as space allows. So here's what you can expect when you get there. There are going to be Taylor Swift themed games, Taylor Swift prizes, Taylor Swift themed drinks. You'll be dancing to your favorite Taylor Swift songs all night. And then at 11 o'clock, Laura is going to premiere the Tortured Poets Department at 11 p.m. Again, you can it's 21 and up, and you can be listening at any time to get tickets to get in. Even though it's free, we're giving you like the space to make sure you are going to be in.
Guaranteed.
With your guest, guaranteed to have fun. And your guest has to be minimum 21. I'm sorry for all of our Swifties who are under 21. No one that you know that is 21 can win this and take you along. You must be 21. This is a bar. It is a bar.
Any place that serves alcohol, they're not going to allow anybody under 21.
So y'all hang out for that. We already gave one away this morning here on the Rule and Ryan Show. We'll have more to come. Sam's on till noon. Then Audrey Rose comes in. Then Kim McQueen, Audrey Rose. Then Laura H-Town Live.
I have your chance at 11:30.
Oh,
there we go.
All right. Woo. All right. Tailored. I almost said tailored. The Tortured Poets Department, not the Tailored Poets Department. It's the Tortured Poets Department by Taylor
The
Swift.
clothing was impeccable.
Yes, it was. Okay, so what talk show after 15 seasons is saying, and we're done talking? It's The Talk. You thought I was going to say The View? That's older than 15 seasons.
Which one's The Talk?
The Talk is on CBS. It's when
Jerry
it started
O'Connell.
out with Julie Chen and Sharon Osbourne. Now it's got Jerry O'Connell.
Cheryl Underwood.
Cheryl Underwood. Let's see.
I guess they're done
Clute,
talking.
Sally Morales. Yeah, they're going to have an abbreviated 15th season. They announced on Friday that it will come back in the fall and have its final episode in December. So it'll just be a fall season of the show. You know, they were launched 14 years ago, and they, were a refreshing and award-winning format. Even though The View was already
But, I
there.
mean, the TV landscape has changed so much. I wonder how many people are watching network television during the day.
But they weren't political. That's why I think that show was trying to be just fun.
The Talk.
The Talk.
They didn't
Because
talk
The View
about
is
hard
definitely
issues.
political.
I mean, I'm sure they did some, but I think they realized leave that to The View to, get people mad and left
They
and
talked
right.
about like political things when they had to. It was created by Sarah Gilbert, who's on the Connors. She was Darlene Connor for all those years.
She was
as a
on the
child.
first season, right?
She was
Yeah,
on a
she
couple
created the
seasons.
show.
Yeah.
She created The Talk. It started in 2010. The original hosts were Sarah Gilbert, Julie Chen, Holly Robinson Pete, Sharon Osbourne, and Leah Remini.
The problem with these shows is you start getting a new cast every year, every couple of years. You don't know who's on.
People
You
can't
lose
keep track.
loyalty.
You don't know who's there anymore.
Yeah, because honestly, on The View, outside
Consistent.
of Whoopi and Joy Behar, who did take a hiatus for a bit, Sunny Host and I just know her name because I see her name,
I don't even know who these people are.
but I can't tell you the rest of them.
What's
I don't know who
CBS
like
they
gonna
Brian
are.
said,
replace
nobody
this?
watches this stuff like
Right.
they used to.
What are they going to replace this with?
Who
Have they,
knows? I don't know.
CBS has
Put
made
a
some
game show in
puzzling
there.
choices. I mean, they promoted for weeks and weeks this big Billy Joel concert, and they pulled the plug on this show in the middle of Piano Man last night.
Oh, actually, I just found it.
Nationwide. It's his biggest hit. It's his feature song. And they finally have this Billy Joel.
We got to get to the news.
And they cut the block in the middle of the song and
That's
go to
not
the
good.
local news.
Was it live or was it like taped?
No, it's
away?
taped. Because they put commercials in it.
Here's the answer to your question. What are they going to replace it with? The end of The Talk, according to this article on the Hollywood Reporter, the end of The Talk comes as CBS is developing a new daytime drama titled The Gates. It would be the first daytime soap opera to feature a majority black cast since 1989's Generations on NBC. If The Gates gets a series order, it could fill the hour of network time that the end of the talk will leave open during the day. So
I
we'll
didn't
see.
even think there was that many soaps left.
There really aren't.
I mean, Days of Our Lives is still alive, but only on
Young and the
streaming.
Restless.
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives.
But they're not on NBC anymore.
And
They're
General
only
Hospital.
on Peacock.
Oh, really?
No, they don't. They don't.
But
air
General
them.
Hospital still runs every day on ABC. Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful still runs every day on CBS. So, wow, NBC got rid of all their daytime soap operas.
Yep, they just have them
It's
on
funny
their
because the
Peacock
most people
platform.
ever know this. Actually, think about this, guys. There's an entire generation of people who only know Days of Our Lives as a fake show that Joey Tribbiani was on Friends.
Oh, for sure.
Because Friends repeats so much during the day, and there are so many Drake Ramore episodes.
if you're under 25,
Right?
you probably never saw Friends live.
You might not
right?
even know Days was a real show.
Hey, you'd be like,
he's-
what is this Days? He's a soap opera in New York, which they didn't film in New
They
York.
didn't film. They filmed it in L.A.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
That didn't make sense.
It's weird.
And then Allison Sweeney hosted The Biggest Loser, but now she's pretty much the Hallmark Channel girl now. She does a lot of, I'm sorry, wait, is it Hallmark? Yeah, Christmas movies for Hallmark.
Christmas movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, Allison
I mean,
Sweeney's
for like
her name.
25
She was on Days
years,
of Our Lives, and
she
she
was
was on Biggest
Sammy
Loser.
Brady.
Yeah. And The Biggest Loser, by the way, can I tell you about the evolution of how crazy reality television is? The first season of The Biggest Loser, I remember the first season of The Biggest Loser, I was at Weight Watchers, and I was talking in that Weight Watchers meeting about, like, anybody watch that show last night? Like, how mean are they? Because the first season of The Biggest Loser, the entire mansion was full of candy. Like everywhere
Oh my God, that's
everywhere
messed up.
they were standing, everywhere they were sitting in the movie
they're
room, the
tempting
kitchen,
them.
it was bowls and bowls of candy and Little Debbie snacks.
That was the first Temptation
and
Island.
all this
Yeah,
stuff. And it was
really.
like, let's see if these overweight people will actually eat the gobstoppers.
Messed
You know,
up.
it was so
Didn't
crazy.
they have a fridge in the background with their favorite foods?
Yes,
and then they shut the light
and
off.
the
when
fridge would turn off. Amon and Irvin are behind the scenes, and they're not on the mics. But I'm telling you, this is how they would tell you the tribe has spoken. Your favorite foods in the refrigerator were lit up, and if you got voted out, they would turn the fridge off.
And that's
This is real life.
So
this
they
is
bait
real
you.
life. It was real life.
But you couldn't get the prize.
Is that crazy?
That was
Messed up.
Now it'd be
That's
so
messed up.
offensive, like the offensive-ness of that show.
that show.
That'd be like if
Crazy.
you had a group of alcoholics and they said, "Ooh,
Here's your
look at all
Jack
this
Daniels."
booze."
It's all laying around.
Look at that fireball.
Here's some cocaine.
Sorry. Choo-choo. The fireball fridge is off. Bye, loser.
Here we go. Time for the Rula and Ryan show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Okay.
Also, people said the Masters was there, the golf tournament was playing there, so maybe it screwed up Billy Joel's time.
I didn't think you were supposed to call it master anymore. I thought it was primary.
The primary.
It's called the primaries with the green jackets.
Okay, so for all of you pet owners out there, particularly dogs, more and more pets in Houston, and they're saying they're focusing mainly on dogs, are being treated for itchy skin and allergies. There's a pet insurance company called Trupanion. They report a 60% increase in allergy claims for pets right here in our state of Texas. Allergies can also show up in the ear canal. So if your dog's constantly like rubbing their ear and
Why that made me
everything,
scratch my ear just now.
the ear is actually an extension of the skin. If you suspect your pet has allergies, take them to the vet immediately.
Does that mean, okay, so let me ask you this. I'm a new dog owner. My dog Charlie
Does he
has
go
been
with you
doing
to
this.
the beach? Does he go with you to Galveston?
We have not been yet
No.
together.
You got to clean those ears, Rolla.
No, it's not ears. It's that's a whole other thing for golden doodles. But she's been doing this. Like, is that allergies?
She might have allergies.
Like, she's not really sneezing. She's making like a noise. Like,
No, take her to the vet.
I know if they sneeze, sometimes they're excited when they see you come home.
Yeah, that's their way of playing.
no, they're just hanging out. She's just hanging out. She goes,
Or they pee.
Maybe she's not impressed with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Turning her nose
That's
at
your
you.
meal.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask my rolling
Really?
vet
Shake
today.
Shack for a date with Tasso tonight?
Same
Is
in
it
you.
dog friendly? I can take her along.
Outside
No, we've
is.
never ventured out with her to any places that we don't know if they're
you
dog
should
friendly.
try.
Well, we don't know because what if we show up and they're not dog friendly? Oh, we're all going home now.
Also,
You go to
my
a
dog will
different
attack.
place.
Sam has a list on her phone.
Yeah,
I'm
just text
sure
me.
of it.
Dog
I'll tell you.
friendly?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, you don't
And then
do
I'm
anything
worried,
with
like,
that.
I've never been anywhere else with her with other dogs except for one time on the street. A dog tried to, like, get her. And we're like, oh, God, you're trying to get Charlie. So I'm too scared to have her around other dogs.
Yeah.
Because this other dog, like, legit went after
Her
her.
and Misty
But
would
there's
have
a
the
story.
best of fun. Misty would bully her, and then your dog's bigger, so then your dog would sit on Misty.
Okay, well, if
And
you
that's
want to bring
supposed to
over
be fun.
Santiago
There's a
and your
story that
dog, we
said
can
your
try
dogs
dog
will
walking.
live longer, happier lives if they're around other dogs.
See?
Aw.
My dog's
Well-
always scrumping my
Yeah.
sister-in-law's
Misty
dog.
would put your
The
dog
cousin
in
dog?
place,
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah, because
Touch me.
I learned
she
it
was
from
in
you,
heat.
Dad.
She was in heat that time before she had her
Oh, before she got fixed.
fixed, and that weekend he was like all into it, and then
Oh.
now it's like a habit. And then they fight, and then they start doing weird
So you're saying
positions. I'm
muscle
like,
memory?
Stop it! Please stop
Well,
it.
Ruben Dominguez from Fox 26 told me when he saw that I got a dog on my Instagram, he called me to let me know this. He said, Rula, a lot of dog people will tell you, or people in general will say to you, get another dog because your dog needs company. No, they do not.
Nope.
No.
They do not need company. Do not. You will have two dogs looking at you saying, we're bored.
Yep.
It's like kids. You think your kids are going to be best friends. I'm bored, or they start fighting.
I'm so bored, please. I'm so bored. I'm like, go do some laundry. That's not fun. Okay, coming up next. What happened over the weekend after Beth found out on Thursday here on Rule and Ryan's Roses that her husband John was messing around with his best friend's widow? We're going to give you a recap of Roses and the update of what Beth told us today next on the Rule and Ryan Show.